joins us always and forever with the Bank of America and, of course, Rubicon Carbon Chairwoman today here at the Bloomberg Global Forum. I'd lead with the Red Sox, but I guess I won't. It's fun to watch them here in September. I'm going to lead with you and I shared a stage at Davos a million years ago. Savita Subramanian was in the audience, Javier Blas, and all. It was COP whatever. Is COP 30 coming up in Brazil? Is it even remotely like what you and I did in Davos years ago?
Well, I think the issues are the same. I think that the enthusiasm is, let's say, a bit depleted these days, but I think it's more confusion than depletion, if
Right.
to be honest.
Can the world go alone without America and move forward in the debates and the financing of climate change?
No, but I think the financing of climate change is happening anyway. So it is, first of all, it's a market opportunity, which has been lost along the way. And climate change is real. We can debate that, but the scientists don't debate it. And honestly, the largest corporations in the world aren't debating it. Europe is not debating it. Their rules are being implemented as we speak, 2026, 2027. So there'll be a market, a cap and trade market that will be real.
I've got to interrupt, Paul. This headline that's just out, and lived this. Oracle looks to raise $15 billion on a corporate bond sale, which is life goes on. You know, if transactions happen, you do this, you do that, and you go to the bond market with Bank of America and you raise money. I mean, life goes on, Paul. I just thought that was important.
No, I know. We'll talk to some debt people about that. So what does it mean, and when the President of the United States gets up in front of the United Nations General Assembly yesterday and says, effectively, climate change is a hoax, what does that mean to the whole movement, I guess, global?
Well, I'm sure it's depressing to the movement, but I also think that people largely believe climate change is not a hoax, and they see very real things in front of them. I do think it was a mistake in years past to talk about the Arctic or coral reefs or icebergs melting because people don't relate to that. What they do relate to is extreme weather, insurance prices going up in coastal areas, asthma on the rise, very prosaic things maybe, but they're the very real things. The fact that farmland has been degraded, forests are degraded, and we have emerging markets that all want to industrialize and they'd love to do it more quickly, and they can do it more cheaply with clean energy than they can do with fossil fuels. This isn't an anti-fossil fuels diatribe. It is just a matter of clean energy is cheaper, and it's what's on the rise, and that's what's happening in emerging markets. But it has to be financed.
Talk to us about the financing. How has the environment changed over the last 2 or 3 years?
Well, there are products like Rubicon is a carbon credits company, and that had great promise in 2021. By 2023, it was in a depression, but 2024, 2025 has been better. It promises to be many times this size by 2030, which is companies figure out what their carbon footprint is, and they buy carbon credits to sort of cover the delta between what is today and what they need to do in the future. And that money goes to everything from biodiversity, reforesting places in the world, or farmland, or it can go into industrial kinds of direct air capture, or it can be concessionary capital for emerging markets so that they can get going. And
What you invented at Bank of America with the Savita Subramanian of Berkeley was extraordinary. You brought, I mean this seriously, folks, and Finucane brought math and Excel spreadsheets to climate change. Everybody else was, peace, love, dope, small, candles lit, we're going to save the world. We are the world. And you said, wait a minute, we got to quantify it. What do those Excel spreadsheets look like right now?
well, what they look like right now is, I have to tell you, huge companies like Microsoft are deeply involved in this. They just did a deal with Rubicon just a few months ago for 18 million tons of carbon credits. So companies are evaluating their footprint. They're putting money into it. This is trillions of dollars eventually in terms of the change in energy use. I think a lot of it will happen as emerging markets become industrialized. I think some of it will happen in the United States. It is demanded,
Right.
but in Europe, and another generation will also demand it. So
I'm going to get this in. What's a pixie dust in Texas? Why is Texas different than Massachusetts or any other state out there?
well, it's wind and solar is actually superior to anywhere else. As you know, they may be the land of fossil fuels, but they're also the land of solar and wind.
Okay, we have to go. And thank you so much for being with us. Greatly
you.
appreciate it.